sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Alrighty guys, welcome. How are we all doing today? I hope we're all doing well. Just give me one little moment and I will start the stream. Alrighty, guys. Let's get it. Alrighty. Good morning, good afternoon, as always. A very pleasant evening. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Welcome. Apologies about late start on a Tuesday. No real choice, to be honest. I don't have any say about it. But all good. Good to be here nonetheless. We will have a look at the charts. Interesting. GJ has pretty much done as per the analysis that I sent into the members group earlier today. Tapped into a support at level D to grab liquidity from this support. On a new daily, bounced off it, closed above level C, and continues to the upside. Now we're above at the highs. So let's just delete the drawings, the chart, the zones, and we'll start fresh as per usual, guys. Meantime, please don't forget, please smash that like button. TikTok, hit that screen. I will get to your questions shortly, and I will say g'day to everyone in the chat. In the meantime, guys, let's quickly have a look at the news. I believe there was some high impact news for the pound. Just recently, we had the claimant count change came out and negative. All right, so let's just see what it says. So change the number of people claiming unemployment. Actual less than forecast is good for the currency. So it's come out as greater, or a lot greater. So more people claiming unemployment. All right, interesting. So off the back of that you'd think would be a bad thing for the pound. But anyway, guys, enough of that. Let's get down to work and let's do what I do best. Let me do what I do best, now is analyze the chart. So starting with GJ, starting weekly, and I will now be referring to the current candle. Unbelievable, guys. I may upload the Sunday webinar analysis I sent on GJ, saying I may not necessarily create a low wick at the start of new weekly candle, and it doesn't necessarily need to pull back to create one at any time, so long as any pullback is met by support on the minor time frame or the 4-hour time frame. There's a high probability that we will continue to the upside. So based off that, we are strong bullish on the weekly time frame. Daily, structure wise bearish, candle probability wise bullish. We've just broken the high of that previous daily candle. Let's mark in the current daily candle's high. To the left of that, we can see we got some pretty clean traffic to the left as well. Clean move down could be mirrored by a clean move back up, but don't always have to do that, does it? On to the 4-hour time frame, we can see structure wise, once again, still bearish, but we continue to create high lows, higher highs within the sequence on the current pullback, the micro trend within the actual 4-hour structure itself. So once again, if we begin to break our own high, we've just broken a resistance here to the left hand side. That point there has a high probability we will continue to the upside. As far as support, we're marking that previous level there at 188 flat. As far as resistance, we're marking in on the M30. Onto the 30-minute time frame now. Let me just adjust this slightly. All right. So on the M30, we can see we are technically still bullish. Yeah, I'd argue we flipped back bullish, even if we did flip bearish. We flipped back bullish just now. So the 30 minutes bullish, so therefore the bias is now technically neutral, but using the daily candle probabilities, using an M30 structure, at this rate, I would prefer to look for the potential buy options. So I'm gonna mark in resistance at most recent level, which was that previous daily candle high, which we've just broken by the looks of it. Now to the left hand side, that level lines up with a resistance here to the left. Above that level, we've got potential room for price to pop up towards that 180, 190 flat sort of level. So there is the margin. All right, on the way up, we've formed support at this point here. Go down to maybe the 15-minute time frame. Let's just have a look. So yeah, that lines up 15-minute support. So very simple on GJ just now is very simple on me. What I'd be looking for, if price was to flip and break its own high yet again, we have pulled back further into, back into this zone of resistance, perhaps to grab liquidity. Were to flip and break our own high, at that point there's a high probability we will continue to the upside, and it could be potential buy options above the current candle's high, above the current daily candle's high. Now aside from that, we do pull back so long as we respect that 188.70, form support above it on the 30-minute time frame. I'm going to be looking for my potential catalyst to look for a buy to take it back up. Now, again, seeing that is the most recent support we formed on the move to the upside. If we were to continue bullish, a pullback to that level should be met by support. If we, once again, likely to be met by support if we were to continue bullish. Would have to be if we were to continue bullish. However, if we break below it and start to close below it, got some pretty clean traffic to the left. At that point there, I would look to take a sell back down towards the current daily candles low. So sells below that point. And anything between, we'll just have to wait and see. I would consider selling it from higher up, but we just need to wait and see how price reacts. Now the 15-minute is about to close. So I'm getting a buy ready on GJ, guys. I'm going to get it set. But just above the current candles high. So whatever that is on your broker. On my particular broker, the current candles high is 189.380. 381. So I'd say about a couple pips above the high of the current candle. 5 minutes looking good. The 5 minutes broken out. We've had a bit of a pause. And we're now approaching, yet again, potentially approaching the swing high. If we break at that point there, I will execute a buy on GJ. So there we go. So currently I've got my stop loss wide, but if it once it triggers in, you're going to begin to manage the stop loss. And this is something I went over the members yesterday on the VIP call, on the educational call for the VIP, about trade management, how we can go about managing things in this sort of in these situations, in any situation really. So I'm not in obviously just yet, guys, but that is currently what I'm looking at, an entry around 400. Yep, it's around 400. So that is GJ, guys. Now let's set an alert on it as it begins to flip. I want to have a look at gold prior to London Open, so we'll quickly move on to gold. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Welcome everyone, YouTube, TikTok. All right, so looking at gold, we can see the weekly is engulfing that previous candle. So once again, off the back of the current candle itself, I will call that a strong bullish candle. High, low, high, high to the previous candle, approaching those all-time highs yet again. Looking at the daily, structure-wise bullish, very strong closure in that previous daily candle, but with no real upper wick. And by the looks of it, at the open of the new daily candle, what we've done is popped up into that resistance, begun to reject, create a low. Below the low, there's likely going to be options to sell, perhaps above the high as well. I'm just going to mark it in, but we've got to see, obviously out of resistance though. The 4 hour structure wise, still, believe it or not, is bearish and will remain bearish until it actually closes above this 2478 roughly. So we have so far rejected that level. Technically still bearish. Now, thank you for the sub. As far as support, we now have support back to that 24.28 region. So we know we're rejecting a key level on gold. Now onto the 30-minute time frame. Have we flipped any structure at all? No, we've not just yet. We're still technically bullish in a 30-minute time frame. But what I can see is, once again, the current daily has created up a wick and it is now rejecting. So we've created a series of lower highs, lower lows on the approach back down to the low. If we were to break the current daily candles low and start to close below, at that point there, I'd be looking for a sell in anticipation price is likely going to create a deeper pullback yet again, create a lower low, and that would be the sell options. Now on the way down, what we have done is form some minor resistance. So if price was to continue bearish, really have not much of a need to pull back and break above the minor resistance. If we begin to do so, that will provide potential options for a buy. So just a matter of where have we got the margin. Have we got the margin above this most recent resistance? Not quite. I would consider it though. That is one potential option, the early buy, but what I prefer is for price to start popping above this level here. So closures above 24.6634 in the 30-minute. At that point there, we're into much cleaner traffic, and I feel it's a high probability head back up towards that 4-hour resistance and the current weekly / daily candle high. So buys above that point there as well. And that is gold. As far as sells from higher up, we'll contemplate that if and when the time comes. But that is pretty much what I'm looking at, guys. Hopefully that does make sense. And yeah, so the good thing is the charts are looking pretty good. It looks like we're not far away from potential entries on maybe on both gold and GJ. So that's what I'm currently looking at on GJ. I'm not in yet. We can remove that because we'll keep an eye on GJ for the time being. All right, who we got on stream today? Welcome, one and all. Appreciate the support. Franco, as always, good morning, brother. Steve Dean, appreciate you. Ben, always, brother, good to see you on the stream. Steve, yep. Franco, all you guys saying good day to each other, like it, love it. Mr. Phil, good morning to you, brother. Saxy, morning. Kyle F, as always. Anthony, good day. Farouk, hope you're doing well. Codier, Dot, good morning to you, sister. Sean, good to have you on the stream again. Nick, unemployment rate dropped by 0.3 more than expected for Great Britain. Sherdam, good morning to you. Do you have a public trading journal? I keep it in my VIP, so I can show it shortly. Tommy Jordan, mate, how are you, brother? Long time, hope you're doing well. TikTok, not forgotten you guys. Welcome, one and all. Crypto Lane, appreciate you, mate. How are you? Hope you're well. Lego, Biggie, Shishay, Mimi, Big Show, Zardren. Johnny, thank you for the follow. So almost triggered into a GJ buy, guys. Not in just yet. There is ways to manage this. Let's get triggered in. What I'm going to do straight away is just adjust stop loss to below the entry count, low, a little bit below it, give it a little bit breathing room still. Shishay, you're a new trader. Well, you've come to the right stream, mate, to learn. That's for sure. Welcome. All right, in GJ buys just now. So let's see. I'm gonna adjust the stop loss a little bit. My guys should know about adjusting a stop loss. We spoke about this yesterday in the educational call. I've just adjusted it to 128, to be exact, for the time being. I'm already managing risk, even though we've just been triggered into the trade. Let's look at gold. Nick, yeah, for pound, yep. Brad, 23 players. Brad, good afternoon, mate. How are you? So let's see on GJ. How many years rating? Almost 8 years now. Come on, GJ. Let's get it, GJ. Discord, guys. Sending the link now. Feel free to pop on for the members who are waiting. Really enjoyed that session yesterday, the VIP, about trade management, how to manage trades once we're in a trade. Even prior to the trade, what sort of levels we place our stop loss, where we target, things like that. So it's always important to know what you're risking, what you're prepared to risk. All right, pushing quite well. Go, let's get to you. I'm also in GBPUSD for a nice one. Kashav, could you mind check gold, please? Yeah, I just went over gold. Just give me a second as I'm managing a GJ trade as we speak. So I'm about 4 pips up. Here we go. Gonna get to break even. Now it's a risk-free trade. At about 8 pips on the table. Alright guys, there we go. Start to consider securing. You've got your basically 10. Alright, so I've closed half. I'm gonna let the rest run. There we go, nice quick win. That was easy. No drawdown, just how we like it. Good start to today. Don't go nowhere. We're still gonna see what we can come up with. Gold could present some options as well, so nice start. And that's it. That's how we roll. What trading platform do I use to run? To chart? TradingView. This is what I'm using right now. TradingView. To place my trades, my broker is IC Markets, my liquidity provider, and that is on MetaTrader 5 to be exact. Was in the chat, guys. W's, not was. Sorry. Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't get all that much love. I mean, TikTok, you guys are great today. There's a lot on stream this morning, so at least afternoon. Russ over here in Oz. You had joined yesterday's live. Shishay. Oh, sorry, Kishab. Yes, I do remember. Shishay, do you have a course? Just contact me, mate. Send me a DM if you want to learn. I have a VIP Discord. I have a free community Discord. I have a course. I have many things, but yeah, just let me know if you're really keen. Send me a DM. Otherwise, you're going to learn a lot from these streams by being here. So, no one take GJ, guys. Please tell me. Gonna update the stream record, by the way. Yesterday's 1 loss and 3 wins. So it's 4 wins and a loss. I'm gonna add. I'll write it down. Alright, let me take the screenshot for the members. I've journaled everything. I'll show you guys in a moment where I journal everything. Stop loss was it not originally there? No, it wasn't. It was around here. Apologies, guys. This is for the journal, so which I always mark up with detailed explanation as to why I took the trade. I sent it into the members group. Sean, be right back. All good. No W's. No one take GJ, guys. Cut47, thank you for the follow. TikTok, guys, smash that little screen. So I'm still running. I'm still got my runner in. All right, so let's look at it. Gold now. Gold is the potential next option. Now, what's likely going to happen, guys? If we start to pop above this resistance, we're likely not going to have the margin at this, because at this rate, what I want to see is that closure above. Reason being, at the moment, we are just in an area of consolidation, so there's no clear trend within the price action. So whilst we're consolidating, what I rather see is at this point price pop above that 2466.5, close above, retest, and begin to pull away from that zone. and that is likely to be the cleaner option in my opinion. So that is likely what I will look for. Hopefully that makes sense. Guys, feel free to ask questions. So I'm just going to remove that because it is a lot cleaner. Let's check it on the 15-minute. So the 15-minute, we've got some resistance up at that point. So I'm just going to mark that in, guys. I'm going to mark that and change it into the aqua color so we can distinguish between, it is a 30-minute zone, but it's deeper on the 15. And that is what I'm looking at now on gold. Now, if we do pull up to 2466.5, only to reject it, what we can see just at this point, we will have more margin. If we reject the current level, there would be no margin to sell it. But if we do pull up to that level and reject, there's going to be options, in my opinion, to actually sell it back below that level. So sells below, and that is the current range that we are trading in on the gold. Lamin, does this strategy translate day trading? Day trading, yes, it can. What I would do in day trading, I don't know, I mean, some of them, well, one of the members I know trades based off the 2 hour. Obviously, Mr. Phil, you're in the chat. You're not on the call at the moment. You might pop on shortly. That is probably more suited to the intraday sort of trade. Maybe the hourly as well. Whereas I trade off the 30-minute. I mean, you could do it off the 30-minute, just have a wider target, bit of a wider stop loss. So it does translate across, I feel, along all different time frames. Swing trading as well, but swing trading could probably do it based off the 4 hour time frame. Franco out at break even. Yeah, it's got to the 10, it's pulled back now. So just a quick scalp on GJ. Nice start to the day though, guys. Got to put it in yesterday. Guys, got to remind me. So who's currently in trades, guys? Let me know. And if anyone took that GJ trade, let me know. So right now, we're waiting on gold. We've got just over a minute left. Now, obviously, we've just had the news. We're coming to session open. So could that be filtered through just now? If we begin to reject, I'm going to likely try to look for sells from higher up on GJ. At this stage, I don't have the resistance of a confirmation. This candle is, by the looks of it, closing back weak bullish. However, it is still back above the resistance. So have we closed weak bullish back below it with a long wick to the upside, then what I would be doing is looking for the sell at the open after it creates a low wick and begins to break low of this candle. But seeing we're still above the bodies of the candles here to the left, I'm not as keen on that, because what we could just do is pull back, retest, maybe even slightly pull back into range below to grab liquidity and bounce off it, head back up, and back up towards the next level of resistance around that 190 flat. So seeing we're above that previous resistance, I'm not going to look for that entry. I'm just going to patiently wait. As for further buy options, I don't really have it just now. I mean, the 5-minute might be giving me an option. 5-minute, I wanted to pull back just a little bit more. So perhaps if London Open does pull back to create a low wick, pulls back into this range yet again, into this zone, sorry, and begins to flip and break the high of the 30-minute candle, potentially hit your break even as well, Nabil. It's close. Obviously, had to be quick with the management, but definitely I secured around 9 and a bit. Thank you for all the follows, everyone on TikTok. Don't be shy to ask questions. Lamin, thank you for the share. Nazir, thank you for following. Winged Birds, thank you. This is straight. I read that. Miss Bav, thank you for follow. Sammy, thank you. Guys, appreciate it. And welcome anyone who I've missed on both TikTok and YouTube. All right, so we got London Open, guys. We have pulled back, we've tapped into The resistance here again on the 5 minute. Let's look at the hourly as well, guys. Let's have a look. So the hourly's closed above. The hourly looks quite clean. Got that closure above. We've got some relatively clean traffic to the left. Let me look at gold quickly. Gold is still in the middle. Not much happening on gold. Back to GJ. I'm going to wait for the time being. Now, the earliest possible entry is if it flips. You'd probably have to be in a second. If it flips and breaks zone high, that's your first possible entry. I'm going to wait for the time being. I'm going to just chill for a bit and wait. The other confirmation, and it would be valid if it breaks above the catalyst counter high, the previous counter high, M30, which closed above the resistance. What you got to consider is by the time it gets to that point, it's going to travel around 14 pips. So you could almost be in the entry just now. I'm not taking it just now. Just to let you guys know, if it does break its own high at that point there, once again, there's a high probability it will continue to the upside. Let's get you up to. GU's difficult, it's out of resistance. Let me quickly suss out Bitcoin. Bitcoin buys if it flipped and broke a high of that previous candle. Bitcoin's created a resistance upon the pullback after forming support and has since broken it. It's closed right at the high of it. So if this candle begun to flip, right high of the previous candle is a high probability to come up to that 59.80 sort of level. So it potentially could be an option for those of you who do trade. Jason, you entered that same trade. Sorry, brother. Didn't even see that comment. TikTok, thank you very much for the follows. GJ, I'm not taking anything just yet. I'll wait for it to set up yet again. And silver also looking good, guys. So what I prefer to see on silver though, we have formed once again, we've pulled back, formed support at previous support. We've also formed resistance. We've got not as strong a catalyst on silver as what we had on Bitcoin. What I'll be doing is drawing in this support, resistance, sorry. Be drawing in the support at the current daily candles low around that level. And either side of that, I will look for the closures for a potential option. Now let's go down to the 15 and see what we've got. So the 15, yeah, you need a minimum closure above. If for any buys for the sells, I just drag that down. I'd use the 15-minute level, and I would say minimum for closure below. We have this wick to the left, which is a little bit off-putting because it is a bullish candle. So obviously bullish candles confirm support. But I still feel at that point, if it did break its own low, what you got within the current daily candle is price trending to the downside. You create a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So if it breaks and creates the higher high, that's where I trust the buys. If it rejects, comes back down to create a lower low, that's where I'd be looking for the sell options on silver. Can I take a look at GU, please? I can. No, Bill, not a problem. All right, so let's do the top-down analysis. Let's go London sesh. Let's go silver HD. 100%. Let's go. All right, looking at GU. So GU slightly lagging behind gold and GJ in regards to the weekly. It has not broken the high of that previous candle, which did close very similar to those other two current, well, GJ, the other currency pair, and gold, obviously the commodity gold, the precious metal that it is. Now, what we've got though is the current candle has created a low wick and is now flipping. So let's mark in that previous weekly candle's high and see what we've got above that level. The current daily structure, well, structure itself is bullish. Candle probabilities is also bullish. We've broken a high of that previous pause candle. Open with a fair gap though. Start the current daily candle. Approaching that resistance. So we're bullish with candle probabilities to the upside. So far, buyers look more probable. But what we can see here on the 4 hour, we are at a very strong level of resistance. Now we might be able to adjust it slightly once we go down to the M30, but we are definitely at a very strong key level. So structure wise, it is also still technically bearish. So we're looking for rejection and looking to have the most potential margin. We're at a level where we could start looking for potential sells based off the 4 hour time frame. We're marking, I mean, there's plenty of levels you can mark in support. I'll just mark the most recent for the time being, and now let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. Now that is technically bullish, so we've got some conflicting time frames here. We've got the daily bullish with the counter probabilities to the upside. We've got the M30 bullish. We've got the 4 hour bearish. We've got the weekly still based off the previous at this point. We're at a resistance. What I've been waiting for just now is to see whether this candle closes. The previous candle was a weak rejection. Did close back bullish, did close below the resistance. It could be cheeky entries just now. If you were to take it, seeing you've rejected twice, left 2 long wicks to the upside, tapping into this 4 hour resistance, only to reject. So your first potential entry could be just now, basically. Otherwise, what you could wait for is perhaps for these 15 minutes to close strong bearish, followed by that weak support on the next M15. What that's going to do is going to close the M30 back, still a bearish candle. So the M30 will therefore end up looking like so, but it's breaking just now. And then on the next M30, once you got the confirmation of the resistance on the M30 time frame, wait for it to form the upper wick, and as it begins to break the support, that's where you're entering. But you could be in sells just now based off that weak closure and rejection of that 4 hour resistance. That is my personal opinion of it. It's bullish until after elections. DXY is weak, bro. Gold, I know gold's bullish. Personally, I think gold is just going to continue on its merry way, but it doesn't mean I can't trade it to either side. So I'm looking for options. I'm just a scalper, man. I'm not in trades for long. As you just saw, GJ, that trade lasted all of about 2 minutes. I secured some profit. KSG07, what is this? This is trading, mate. Forex trading. Turning 3K soon. Mate, I agree. I'm not saying it's not. I reckon gold's going to go through the moon. I think gold's going to get to levels that people don't think it's possible of getting to. I honestly think gold's going to get at some point up towards that 5K. I'm not saying it's going to happen, you know, anytime very soon, but in the next few years, I would not be surprised to see gold up around that 5K mark, and silver over $100. Easy, maybe even more than that. But once again, I'm a trader. I'm a short-term trader. I'm in and out of trades very quickly. So if I get a sell option in accordance to my plan at a certain level, I'm going to take the sell. Irrespective of my belief of where gold will end in the future, or where gold will likely be at in the future, I don't trade on emotions, mate. I trade on what I see. What's the go-to scalping trades you would recommend? KSG07. The go-to, mate, where do you start? I've got a whole book on it that I've wrote myself, over 100 pages deep with screenshots. I've got multiple videos as well, so. All right, GJ pulling back. John, all good, mate. Okay, curious, do you trade crypto also, or just Forex? Look, I've dabbled. I started actually trading crypto, my journey, but of late, not really, but I do keep an eye on Bitcoin. Wouldn't mind trading it again in the future. The only issue is it tends to make the moves either during the Asian session or obviously during the NY session. It doesn't really make much of a move during the London session. And that, I think, reason being is because the two main markets are obviously over the US and in Korea. I think it's the second most liquid market for crypto. Sean? No, just the first trade on GJ. All right, so This is all right, guys. This is good. 15-minute. What we're getting now is we're forming some resistance, but we're still above the previous level here to the left hand side, so we're triggering some sellers. So we have exhausted after this impulse from that 188.70. What I'd be waiting for now is on the following M15, if price was to close strong bullish like so, we're back on the table for potential buy options, because that will close the M30 once again with looking like a liquidity counter. It's going to close the M30 looking pretty much like this. With a long wick to the downside, bouncing off this resistance. That point there, more low wick, entry. So that's what I'd be looking at. Yes, still, am I expecting today's PPI to buy on gold? I have no idea what the forecast is. And what I would suggest is don't have any expectations, because it doesn't always reflect, the data doesn't always reflect on the charts, but it is expected to be as per the previous, the forecast. So look, based off that, I think it's more about what may be said around it. So I would not really, I mean, it could be priced in. Don't be surprised if you have a little bit of price action. Usually the volume starts to kick in prior to it, maybe 15 minutes or so prior to it. But personally, I won't trade into the news. I would personally wait at least 30 minutes after it. Not more. Goodbye to you, mate. If you're going to spam the chat like that. Okay, great take. There you go. Yep, Muhammad just said it. It's a buy, mate. Go for it. 4K4? Yeah, 100%. Just do both. You're likely going to get one correct, are ya? Not always. Trust me, not always. I know where I traded the news and took both and got smashed both times. That's back in the past. All that stupidity's past me though. No more. Never ever doing that stuff again. You get excited around the news sometimes. Demetrius, good day to you. RK, D Milano, Elena, Jose, Mun Lang, thank you for the follow. Cheers, guys. Appreciate all the love. And to you guys on YouTube, feel free to ask questions. Feel free to send your chart. I haven't had a chart from you guys for so long. Good, so start to move, I'm assuming, on M1 charts. Yeah, be careful of that, mate. Just be careful of it, because there's so much data on the 1 minute. It's the more data that's printing on a chart, in my opinion, creates more confusion. Plus, what looks like it might be breaking out on the 1 minute may have just moved 10 or 15 pips on the 30 minute and is not clear of any level or what have you. So you're saying you're in a sell on GJ now? Let's look at it on the 1 minute. See what I... Alright, so I'm not sure where you would have gone in. Look, not saying it's right or wrong. I would just say do what works for you. And you're saying you've started to move to the 1 minute chart, I hope you've done proper back testing of it. Because if you've not, and you've just thought you're going to start trading with the 1 minute, maybe because it gives you more opportunities, then you got to be really, really careful with it, mate. I hope it doesn't come back to bite you on the backside. That's my only concern. So, like I said last week, didn't have a great week. Have I changed anything this week? Not at all. So far, it's week 4 wins and 1 loss, and I've traded. That's a lot for me. Sometimes I won't even take that in 1 week. Yet last week, I took 5 trades for the whole week. Lucas, SMC or ICT? Oh, got one thing to say to that. A.C.T. That's where it's at. Forget ICT, forget SMC. It's A.C.T. That's all you need to know, mate. All you need to know. Sean, how's life with Justin? Pretty good, mate. Pretty good. Getting ready to head back over to the land of Thai next Tuesday. I won't be on stream next Tuesday. Probably won't be on stream much next week, to be honest. I don't know if I'll be on stream at all at this rate. But to the members, I'll definitely be doing some calls with you guys. But I'll be back the following week for sure. So GJ, strong bearish closure. I'm still at that resistance though. So if this candle closed bullish engulfing, I'd be looking for options to buy it on the following candle. Jokes is testing it. That's good. All right. Good to know you're not just jumping straight in and forgotten everything you know and switched over into the 1 minute. Shanti, thank you for the follow. Pastor Life on Marriage, thank you for the follow. Rinastain, hello. What is your bias on gold? Bias on gold is actually flipped to the upside, but whilst we're within this current range, I'm just waiting for price to decide where it wants to go. If it wants to pull up to the resistance at 24.66 to reject, I look for a sell. If it starts to pop above it, I'm going to look for my buy options to take it back up towards the current daily candle's high. Within the current daily candle, we have broken the high of the previous candle. At the open, it looks like we have shot pretty much straight up. Break that up a wick, and we have since created lower high. Lower low, lower high, lower low, essentially lower high. So the current daily seeing it's created that up a wick, and if we continue to trend to the downside and begin and break every support, break support at the low, at that point there, we're likely going to create another lower low, confirm another lower high, and then we could continue to trend to the downside. So what I'm looking for the buyers is for price to break above, close above, pop above a resistance formed on the way down, and that level for me is that 24.67.25. If price was to close above that point there, that's when I trust that we've got enough of a catalyst to look for a buy to take it back up towards the current daily candle's high. If we reject that level, I can look for sell options so long as the traffic in between is clean. At the moment, this is just dog shit. Dirty traffic, which makes it less probable. And at this rate, we're likely just to chop about. I want it to create a clean move to cut through this crap. And as soon as it does that, even if we're still within this range becomes tradable yet again. Whether it be from the upside to the downside, or from the downside back to the upside, and then above or below. Sean, you are that nice man. I'm going to Greece again on 20th. Nice one. Lucky to you. Good for you, my friend. Goats, just the method is the best with minimal risk. Not saying it's the best, but it's what works for me. So, NM, thank you for the follow. Matt, appreciate it. Rinastain, probably butchering your name, but not a problem. Charlie, thank you for the follow. G'day, one and all. TikTok, good to have more on stream today. Welcome. So we've taken 1 win on GJ already, and we're now waiting for it to set up yet again. Looking for this. Well, the 15 minutes closed back strong bearish. If this candle closes bullish engulfing in the next 9 minutes and 40 seconds, we could have another option on GJ for a buy for trade number 2. And on gold, we're just waiting for it to clear the current level. And then we've got our options, as you can see, in accordance to what I've got marked up on this chart. What is your profit last week? $13 million. That for straight face. Closer to $13. Actually, last week I took a small loss. This year I've had 3 weeks where I've taken a loss. And each one of those are very small losses. If you're asking about, return wise overall, I'm not gonna talk figures at all, but percentage wise, I'm not even 100% sure what it's been this year. But I know the last few months, June and July, were my best 2 months of the year so far. Both were absolute crackers. I think I took one loss in both of those, so one loss in each of those months. And it's just by doing the same shit over and over again. Following the same plan, following the same rules. That works for me. It's simple as that. Took my own goal, 24.61, Charlie. Nice one, you're in some decent profit. Look, everyone has different targets and ways of managing trades, but if it were personally for me, I would have secured something. I'd be at break even. You're trading into consolidation, so it could reject at any point. Doesn't have to. It could make the move up, but based off previous data to the left, it is a area of choppy traffic, so it could reject at any point. So I'd definitely be securing some profit if it were me personally. Sanderberry, I missed the analysis on gold. So gold, basically I'm looking at trades either it makes a clean move up to the resistance 24.66 only to reject. I look for a potential sell option. Seeing the current daily has already created the upper wick at the open. Current daily, not the weekly. At the open of the current day's candle, it pops straight up into the resistance only to reject. So within the current daily candle, what we've done is formed a series of lower lows, lower highs. So long as we continue to respect resistance we have formed on the way down, I'd be looking for those sell options. But however, if we've begun to pop above the resistance formed on the way down, tap in, bounce off it, I'd be looking for the buy options. Can you give us a breakdown on GJ, Lucas? Yeah, so GJ, I'm waiting for the 15 where I've just took a trade before for a quick scalp for 10 pips. What I'm looking now on GJ, what I'm looking at now is we have pulled back to that resistance. We are so far remaining above it. We did close a bearish candle on the previous M15. If this current M15 closed bullish engulfing, I'm going to start to look for another option to buy GJ. That's what I'm currently looking at. Now, if it doesn't, I'll contemplate what sell options we have from these highs, but at this point, I don't really have anything. Look, if we close, for instance, like so on the current candle and then the next M15. So what I want to see is the 30 closing back bearish to begin with. Then for the next M15, perhaps close bearish engulfing to this bullish candle back below this resistance. Then I may consider a sell option. Otherwise, further buys from the support 188.730 roughly. And if we close below it, we've got some clean traffic to the left here, so I've been looking for the sell options. Yeah, Charlie, you're correct. MT5 is much better, especially with the update. And if you're executing your trades off your phone, not that I recommend it. I prefer to do it all on the computer, but it's just so much easier for MT5 because you can just literally drag the horizontals now with the update. CX, I'm just calling it CX. What are you guys using to trade now in the US? Well, I know that banned MetaTrader. Don't at me. I'm not telling you any of this. It's not advice, not financial advice. I'm not telling you how to get around it, but why can't you just use a VPN? But I suppose you still need KYC, don't you, when you register with a broker? I mean, no idea. Actually, one of my members, she uses Trade Locker, but I'm not sure what broker. Yeah, it's a tough one. Yo, Solana, what is the bias today on GU? So GU, I had a look at it before. Did mention could have been in sells on the break of that bearish weak bullish candle. It's a slow burner, but you still be in profit right now. Otherwise, what I'd be doing if it were me, if you're not in it just now, be waiting for the 30 minutes to close and then enter as it breaks the low of the current M30. So wait for it to create up a wick. And if it begins to break, there's your entry, potential entry on GU. So seeing it's out of resistance, the bias was, I think, neutral from memory. But seeing it's out of resistance, I'm not going to buy it into resistance. It's a 4-hour level as well. So what I prefer to do is look for my sell option at this level or buy the pullback. Sean, all good, my friend, all good. You have a good day. Appreciate you for joining. The VIP, I'm looking forward to tonight's or tonight, whatever, this afternoon, depending where you are, our NY session. Lily, good morning to you. Welcome. SM, thank you for the follow. John Sammy, welcome. Eurozander, welcome. Okay, we'll be there. Nice one. Farouk also had to move to Trade Locker. Yep. As a prop firm challenge, had to move away from MetaTrader. Trade Locker is not bad once you get used to it. That is exactly what Melissa said. Is the NAS specialist that I coach, sorry. And she also said the same thing, that she had to switch over to Trade Locker because the prop firm she was using had to obviously switch over as well. Will I be trading PPI Danbury? Not going to be trading it itself, but I'll probably have a look at it just to see what goes on so I can plan ahead for the members. Yo, Solana. Yeah, Solana. Missed my top week entry, would be up 3% right now. Well, if you missed your entry, what you need to do just now is reassess and come up with another game plan. That's all you can do. All right, gold is moving a little bit. So it's not likely to close above in the next minute. So at the moment, I don't have yet a catalyst. We're still below the resistance. Yeah, Solana. I was thinking maybe price sweeps hourly current high. I could re-enter myself. Are we talking about GJ or gold? So I'm a little bit confused. Oh, GU, sorry, that's correct. Okay, so you're saying if it breaks its own high and then begins to flip back bearish, I'm assuming. Alright, so GJ is obviously not valid for a buy, nor is it just valid just yet for a sell option as well. Still above the resistance. I would have preferred for that count to close bullish. So we've got the first 30 minutes of London session closing just now, guys. No entry as of yet on GJ, well, no re-entry. Gold still below the resistance, still essentially in consolidation. There is nothing for me on gold. So we're just gonna have to wait. Sorry guys, had to have a bit of fun. Charlie London is awful and boring, both trading and in reality. I can confirm. Look, I don't mind trading London. I've been to London, I actually enjoyed it, but I was only there for like a week, so perhaps if I had it stayed longer, I probably would find it boring as well, because I think Melbourne's boring, but people love it. The Bill, hi teacher or Somali's trader, they say, do you, what is your name? My name is Justin, mate. Welcome to the stream. Quite frankly, I don't care where anyone comes from. You're all welcome, as long as you're decent people. We're here for one reason, to trade. But what we do is we'll leave all the other crap aside. We do what we do best. That is analyze, look for trades. The GJ. No impulse entries, because we're coming from a strong bearish candle closure. So in accordance to my book, once again, that I created myself, what I need to see is, in this case, a bullish engulfing candle, and only that would suffice, and that would be on a 30-minute just now. That's what I want to see. The 30-minute closes bullish engulfing, I'm going to start to once again consider the buy options. If it doesn't, reassess. The Bill, appreciate you, thank you. Love back, my friend. TikTok, thank you for all the follows. Jeez, I'm going to smash 1,000 shortly. What's your entry, Lucas? What would your entry be on GJ? So it just depends. I'd be looking for wherever this candle closes. For instance, if it does close bullish engulfing, there we go. I've got a unusual phone number. Wonder what that scam's about. So it just depends. If that was the high of the bullish candle, my entry would be just above that candle's high. If it's engulfing and you know that's the highest point, my entry will be on the following candle above that candle's high. Where is Yadaran? So it all depends at this stage where and if this candle closes engulfing. Budeshki worldwide. Some of these names are easy for me to pronounce. EU, my thoughts on EU, guys. So looking at EU, let's quickly do some top-down analysis. Seeing we've got some time to kill. 25 minutes left for this candle. Start the weekly time frame. What we can see is that previous weekly closed back a weak bullish candle, long wick to the upside. Based off that, this candle is to begin to reject, and if we pull out previous weekly candles low, there's a high probability we're going to make a pullback, a deep pullback. But as of the time being, we've created a low wick, so let's mark in the low of it, and let's also mark in the high of it. Would have formed support at low, forms resistance at the high, so they're likely going to be levels to look for trade options straight off the bat. Onto the daily, the structure itself is bullish. What we've got is yesterday's candle closed a pretty much an engulfing candle, so a strong bullish candle. Current candle, what we can see is actually broken higher than previous. But based off that, if we were to continue bullish, seeing we've already created a low wick, then we don't have much of a need to pull back and break our own low. That point there, once we go down to the M30, we'll see we would have formed support at that level. Below it, we may have some pretty clean traffic to the left to look for potential options for a sell. So we're going to check that out as well, but what we've got below the current daily candle. As far as margin to the upside, we've still got a bit of room if price to begin to break its own high yet again. 4 hour is technically also bullish in structure, but now at a level of resistance, just consolidating, no clear direction. still looks like we could have options below the current daily candles low, above the high, running into likely what's going to be resistance here in the M30. Yeah, so above the high is going to be difficult for the buyers on the EU. Want price to start to close above 109.450 roughly. At that point there, we've got some cleaner traffic to the left hand side. The high probability we're going to head back up towards at least 109.550. So you got 10 pips there as a scalper. 10 pips is, especially on EU, not a bad target. As for support, I'd mark that level in, and what I would say is if price starts to close below 109.274, I'd be looking for the sells. Again, not the greatest deal of margin. Don't really have any margin, to be honest. It's really choppy area that price is pulling back into. So usually what I prefer to see in this instance is price create a clean impulse to the downside, up through a lot of that mess, pull back, retest the zone it's previously broken out of, form a resistance, and then look for a sell option. So I would contemplate the sells below the current daily candles low. And that's about it. It's a tough one because it's not trending. It's just stuck in a range and pretty much consulting. I mean, price action is quite choppy, quite a mess. That previous candle closed with a long wick into the current daily candles low, only to reject, close up near its high. Current candle is already broken out the previous candle. If it was to continue bullish, it doesn't necessarily need to pull back to the support yet again, because what this candle has done by leaving this long wick into the range below, breaking that support, is it's likely grabbed the liquidity from the downside. So what normally would happen is this candle would likely open up and end up forming like so if it was to continue bullish, but it's obviously pulled back again. So very difficult to trust at the moment, EU. I'd be just personally waiting, holding back on it to create some clean price action within the current level. But otherwise, sell high, buy low, buy high. Yes, I said it, buy high once you break and close above a resistance, and sell low once you break and close below a support. Thought I was trading gold, silver, HD. No, not in any trade right now. Got no live trade just now. Thank you for all the follows. Actually going up over me. Yeah, I think in the long run it's definitely going up, or in my opinion. But again, as a trader, as a short-term trader, I'm going to trade it to either direction. Whatever presents and gives you my catalyst. So you like to date around it seems. I mean, pairs you studying? Nah, I only trade mainly gold and GJ. That's it. Silver is something I've started. I took my first trade on silver yesterday. That's just a prediction. Let's see some technical too. What are you talking about? It's all technical what I'm doing just now, my friend. Where your trend lines? What trend lines? I don't need it. I've got resistance and support. Trend lines are bullshit in my opinion. Doesn't mean it doesn't work for others. That's fine. If you use it, by all means, do what you do best. Do what works for you. I don't need it. I've got support. I've got resistance. That's plenty. And what you often find is it lines up with a trend line either way. So I'd rather have the picture of the whole zone. I could just, like I mentioned yesterday, I could literally just trade off this. Easy. Absolutely no issue whatsoever. What strategy you use, Nabil? Mate, A.C.T Forex strategy. You just watch and learn, my friend. It's price action. I look for my catalyst at certain levels and then I enter my trade. That's pretty much what I do. Dollar fell until you have a range play. There is no trade on gold for me at the moment. You're still XAU getting close to resistance. Yep. On any pair. Lucas, sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up with chat. Budesh ski worldwide makes sense, brother. Thanks so much. All good. I probably butchered it this time. DJ is, I think you mean cool, but the big dogs are US. Yeah, of course. I don't trade US 30. I don't need to. Less is more. Tahi, gold buy. Not at the moment. The trade zone, brother. I trade around zones. I wait for price to reach my areas of where I want to get involved in a trade. Then I look simply for my catalyst to present. I'll keep me up with all the chat, but I appreciate it all. Must have no equity as to why you don't need to. Well, I understand. No idea what you're talking about, mate. And to be honest, I could not give a shit if you're trolling me. I really don't care. What's the win rate? Lucas, it's on YouTube. It's just over 80%. It's around 81, 82%. Silver, that's exactly what I'm doing. Reading price action. Watch and learn. Did I not take a buy on GJ before? GJ sell, Minge. Not just yet. There's nothing for me. Nothing just yet for me, guys, on GJ. Left, I see you getting more views. Was. YouTube's just died off again. We appreciate it. TikTok's killing it in the moment. I love it. It's Silver HD. Tell me how to trade. Silver HD, mate. I'm not sure what you're doing on the stream. If you're watching a stubborn trader, there's no clue how to trade. You must have issues finding your own trades, my friend. But welcome. I like it. I love it. I love the banter. Keeps me going. Keeps me fired. Keeps me fired up. Thank you for all the follows, guys. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Speaking of silver, I love it as an investment. Not investment advice, but I do buy physical silver. Very undervalued at the moment. Yeah, Solana, I've been trading since 2017, so almost 8 years. Since around the beginning of 2017. Oh, I love it. Franco. Oh, really? Hold on. One moment, my friend. I'll resend the link in for those who are trying to hop on. There you go, mate. Try that one. So I don't know what you're doing here, mate. Still HD. If you're skillfully better, because that makes a lot of sense in itself, then you should have absolutely no need to watch me. In fact, you should be doing your own stream, my friend. Put your knackers out on the line, my friend. That's what you should be doing. No, you still can't say why I believe gold is about to buy. I know you are waiting for that level to break. Yeah, look, again, I don't trade on what I think will happen. I react to what is happening. So I want to see what happens at that level. And once price taps into it, I can begin to plan for options to potentially sell it. Or if we start to pop above it, I'm going to plan for options to potentially buy it. So that's what I would be personally doing. Welcome everyone on TikTok and YouTube. G'day guys, welcome. Yeah, Franco, you're in now. G'day mate, hope you're well.
Hey, good morning.
Yes,
thank you.
So, sorry?
I'm okay, and you?
All good. A long day, but unless.
As usual.
Always is, my friend, always is. Glad to be here though.
So, nice trade on GJ this morning.
Yeah, just a quick little scalp. I mean, it looks like it could present yet again.
Yeah, good.
But once again, the rule is engulfing. That's what I want to see. If I get the engulfing candle, I'm staying on stream. If I don't, I'm probably gonna call it for a day. Lucas, what's my YouTube? Hey, Dot. I can't send a link. I have no idea why. YouTube just TikTok just don't allow it. But just look me up. Yeah, it's the most new followers on one particular day on TikTok. Appreciate it, guys.
So I was looking for a GU buy, Justin, because the M30 closed very weak.
Oh yeah,
and
just there.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit afraid of this H4
resistance
which is there.
Yeah, that's my only concern.
So,
and we've tapped into it, rejected it once. Yeah, it's a tough one. I'd probably wait for the engulfing and then maybe a lower risk entry.
Yeah. So having the fact that there was very good news on GU, this maybe could play out at the end. Yeah. As far as all the news came out at negative. Yeah, this was not it. I have looked also that, and I on financial juice, it's a little bit better explained.
Okay.
So because this is the employment rate change.
Yep. Where is it? Okay.
How many people?
Yep. Actual 24K, forecast 10K. Okay. So it's come down after rate. So that would be a good thing, because what that would suggest is if there's less people getting paid, then there'd be less people spending, which would therefore lead to likely inflation slowing down, which would lead to probably softening. So potentially, I don't know. I'm a little bit. They all thought that'd be a negative for the currency strength, but again, not strong with fundamentals personally.
Yeah.
I think JJ's looking good though, as far as potential options again. We'll get it soon. No, Lucas needs to wait for the close. There's no confirmation, because this could just reject and close back in this zone. What I want to see is the confirmation. I want it to close above that bearish candle. If it does so, I'm going to start to plan for a buy. So I want to see want to close above 189.40 roughly. Projected TP, well, I always target about 10 plus. So what I would probably do is just get to break even as price taps into the current daily candles high, that wick, just in case it did reject yet again. But it all depends. Again, I'm a short-term scalper, so for me, I make my bread and butter by securing, you know, anywhere between usually 10 and 20 pips for TP1. Occasionally I'll let it run a little bit further, but most often it's around that 10, sometimes even a little bit less. But I know I will manage my trades in drawdown, and that's just how I go about it. You're still? Yes, that's exactly what I am waiting for. So good to see some of you are definitely, you know, catching on, you're learning. Lucas earned my subscription, nice one. Alright, what's gold doing at the moment? Still rejecting, so there is nothing for me on gold. We're in a very choppy, traffic heavy area of consolidation. 15 looks a bit better. 30 doesn't look great at all. 30 suggests to me that we could just pull up at really anywhere within this consolidation and reject. We are forming candles with higher highs. This candle's got a higher low. But it'd be nothing for me just yet on gold. So definitely the focus is once again going to be on GJ. Got just over 6 minutes to wait. That's what we'll be doing. Thank you for all the followers, everyone on TikTok, appreciate it. On Bitcoin now, I'd be waiting for the closure above the resistance of that 59,468 roughly. Here, the Aussie's looking good. Happy with that. Alright, so definitely the focus is JJ, guys. So we got just under 5 minutes to wait. I want this count to close right up near that line. If not, preferably I want it to close above it. Cracking winter's day here in Melbourne today. Wow. 21 degrees and sunshine. Absolutely perfect. Probably making those of you in the UK right now very jealous.
I cannot imagine. I think we are here very hot temperatures in Europe right now.
Wow.
Suffering a little bit.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah. So we have 35 degrees here.
Wow. Like
Extremely
you,
hot.
I'll be much the same next week.
Pardon me?
I'll be much the same next week when I'm back overseas.
Ah, yeah, understood. Yeah, in Thailand. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wow. Three minutes remaining, guys. So far, looks like we've got a catalyst. Gotta make sure I'm on GJ. We've got gold. So gold, just nothing at the moment. It's basically tapped into all of that, the open that 30-minute. Me, get gold at the moment. Let it make a move. Now, I don't want to completely fly the next 2 minutes because then you got the issue of stop loss. It's going to be way too wide if that was to be the case. So you want to slow down.
Yeah, so GU is also heading up. So
Yep.
like GJ.
G also looking better. So if it can't pop up too far now. Now the other option will be the limit order. Back on the high of that bearish candle. It just depends. If this candle closes up near its high, limit orders could be an option. So that will be an order placed below the current price in anticipation that the new candle is likely going to create a pullback to create a lower wick. Where I usually see it tap into is around a pause candle high, which is this bearish candle just here. And that's where I could potentially place a limit order. And that will give me better risk to reward as far as my stop loss won't be as wide. So that's what I would like to see just now. But for that to be valid, it needs to close on GJ minimum of about 5-6 pips above the high of that previous candle minimum. I would say 6+ in this instance because he got quite a bit of volume. So right now I'm just trying to determine what the high is on my broker of the current candle. It's 518. And you'd be looking to enter, if it closed like so, you're looking to enter just a few pips above the high of the current candle on the following candle. Once it's created a bit of a low wick, it can't drop below now. If it drops below that line, I'm not going to be interested. Once pop up a bit, it's going to close right out. You watch. Oh man. Just to throw a spanner into the works. It's going to close right on that line. Well, yeah. Literally right on it. Shit close, to be honest. GJ limit order. Well, obviously not now, but would have been valid had it closed stronger. Yeah, I'm not liking it as much because we've got to travel a fair distance just to break that previous candle's high just now. 13 pips, I would normally be at, securing profit at 10+, so I wanted this to close stronger. The pullback is a little bit off-putting it towards the end. That 5-minute rejection is very off-putting. I mean, it still makes sense, but it's not now what I deem to be a perfect entry. There is no such thing as a perfect entry, but we should know exactly what we want to look for, which gives us the confidence to execute a trade that makes you feel comfortable to sit there once you're in a trade. If I'm to take a trade I'm not necessarily comfortable in, then to me it's not my entry, it's not a perfect entry. So off the back of that, I'm gonna I'm going to skip this. What I'm going to wait for is once again price to set up. So if it starts to consolidate in M15 and we start to pop above the consolidation, that's when I'll start to trust it again. The other option is, guys, the 4 hour will be closing in the next 58 and a bit minutes. Wait for this 4 hour count to close, and if it does make the move just now, not a problem at all, because then what you're looking for is the new 4 hour count to pull back. Perhaps it's going to pull back to retest this zone, form of support yet again above it, and then you can look for your potential options to buy it moving forward. Now, as for the sells, the good thing is, guys, we've now formed support at this resistance. So if we were to continue bullish, then we don't really have much of a need. We'll back down and break below that support. Just below it, we're back below that resistance to the left hand side, which was the previous daily candles high. So if we start to pop below and back into that range below 189, 130, at that point there, I would definitely consider my options for a sell moving forward on GJ. Now onto gold. So same analysis applies as per the beginning of the stream. Within this current area at the moment, it is a mess. So what I prefer to see if I was to look for trades within the current area is price to create a clean move, cut through that mess. Then you can start looking for potential buys from support, or if it bounces off, creates a clean move to the upside, then you can start looking for your analyst within price action to sell from resistance. Otherwise, what you're likely going to be waiting for is what we can see either side of that resistance and support. We've got some clean traffic to the left. So I definitely would look for options to buy it once we close above, retest and begin to pull away, or close below, retest and begin to pull away from that support. That is what I'd be looking at on the gold. So hopefully that all makes sense. I left the explain it. I know. 100% sure. But yeah, it did look good at one point, but obviously it's pulled back. So you were thinking the same thing I was thinking at the same time. Alrighty guys, so that's a wrap. Well done today, good stream. Just a quieter one compared to yesterday, but still had a win, so it's good to see. TikTok, 66 new followers. I appreciate it. You guys rock. Thank you very, very much. For those who aren't aware, I do this daily on TikTok, but you can find me on YouTube. If you can't find me for whatever reason on TikTok, just look me up on YouTube, A.C.T Forex. And if you want to know any more about the services, feel free to send me a message. YouTube, you guys know where it's at. It's all under in the description under the stream, under the screen. Feel free to contact me. Otherwise, please hit the like on the way out. I'll be back on tomorrow. YouTube, I'll be back from around 7 a.m. UK time, about 3:45 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. TikTok, I seem to get more views when I start it later for whatever reason, something with the algo. So maybe I always start around 4:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, but I'll say I might start early. But otherwise, cheers guys, trade safe. Remember, high impact news to come for NY session. I'll catch the VIP. I'll catch you guys later. Franco, I'll catch you later.
Thank you, Justin.
Cheers, brother. And to everyone else, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in the VIP. Cheers, my friends. Have a good one. And bye, guys.